In the year 2553, the Galactic Coalition had expanded its reach across countless star systems, a bastion of civilizations united against the chaos of the universe. Among the myriad species that thrived in this vast tapestry of life, humanity was often regarded as an anomaly, imperfect, impulsive, and short-lived. Yet, it was this very essence that would soon prove to be humanity's greatest strength. On the fringes of Coalition space, a small human colony on the planet Elysium faced an existential threat. The Nixari, a technologically advanced species known for their ruthlessness, had set their sights on the colony, eager to exploit its resources and subjugate its inhabitants. As the Nixari warships blotted out the sun, the colonists found themselves gripped by despair. Captain Alara Hayes, a seasoned officer of the United Earth Fleet, stood on the command deck of the colony's defense station, her gaze fixed on the darkening sky. The alarms blared, warning of the impending invasion. "Prepare for battle," she commanded, her voice steady despite the fear that rippled through her crew. They had trained for this moment, but training could only go so far against an enemy that outnumbered them 10 to 1. As the Nixari descended, the defenders scrambled to fortify their positions. With every second that ticked by, dread settled deeper in their hearts. They had only a handful of aging warships and outdated weaponry. Yet, in the face of insurmountable odds, something remarkable began to happen. "Remember the stories of our ancestors," Alara reminded her crew, her tone fierce with determination. "They fought against despair, against impossible odds. They endured because they had to. We are their legacy." The Nixari ships landed with a resounding thud, their troops pouring onto the surface, clad in sleek armor. As they advanced, the colonists unleashed their makeshift defenses, laser turrets, coupled together from spare parts and old technology. The first blasts of energy pierced the air, and to the Nixari's surprise, they found themselves met with fierce resistance. In the midst of chaos, Alara led her team into the fray, her every action a testament to humanity's resilience. She rallied her people, urging them to fight for their homes, their families, and their future. The Nixari, unprepared for the ferocity of human spirit, faltered. Each skirmish turned into a battle for survival, and every human stood firm, fighting not just for victory, but for the very essence of their humanity. As the battle raged on, it became clear that humanity's brevity, its fleeting existence, was an advantage. While other species calculated, strategized, and pondered, humans acted. They fought with reckless abandon, fueled by the understanding that every moment counted, that life was a precious gift to be defended at all costs. The tide of battle shifted. The Nixari, once confident in their superiority, found themselves on the back foot. Alara's defiance echoed throughout the ranks, a rallying cry that transcended fear. "We need only endure," she shouted, inspiring her fellow colonists to push harder. As the sun set over Elysium, casting a crimson glow across the battlefield, the last of the Nixari retreated, their forces decimated by the indomitable spirit of humanity. Victory was not just in the defeat of the enemy, it was in the very act of standing firm, of refusing to bow down in the face of adversity. In the aftermath, the colony began to rebuild, but the scars of battle lingered. Alara stood among her people, witnessing their resilience, their determination to rise again. They had endured, not just for survival but for the promise of a brighter future. In the heart of the galaxy, humanity had shown that in the face of overwhelming odds, they were not just a fleeting blip in the universe, they were a force to be reckoned with, a testament to the enduring spirit of a species that knew the value of every moment and how to fight for their place among the stars. The galaxy was a vast expanse of wonders and horrors, a place where civilizations rose and fell like the tide. In the year 2553, the Galactic Council convened to discuss the implications of humanity's recent resurgence. They had witnessed the unwavering determination of humans in the face of overwhelming odds, and many were still trying to understand it. High Counselor Tivar, an ancient being of the Myloran species, leaned forward, his elongated fingers steepled before him. "They are but a fleeting species," he declared, his voice resonating with the weight of centuries. "Their lives are brief, and yet they fight with a ferocity that belies their time on this plane." Opposing him was Counselor Zephyr, a sleek, serpentine creature from the Kefari. It is precisely this brevity that fuels their fire. They know life is ephemeral, and they grasp it with both hands. unwilling to waste a single moment. This makes them unpredictable and dangerous. Across the galaxy, on the planet Solara, humanity was engaged in a conflict that would soon draw the attention of the entire Council. The Threk, a technologically advanced race of conquerors, had set their sights on Earth's newest colony. It was a lush world, brimming with resources and potential, but it was also home to a diverse population of humans determined to protect their newfound home. Captain Alara Hayes had been promoted to general, her legend growing in the wake of her earlier victories. As she stood on the makeshift command platform, surveying the preparations for the coming battle, she felt a mix of pride and anxiety. The Threk fleet was en route, and they were known for their ruthless efficiency. Yet, among her people, she saw a glimmer of hope. They understood that their lives were finite, and they had chosen to face their fate with courage. Prepare the defenses, she commanded. We will not let this world fall into the hands of those who would destroy it. As the Threk ships descended from the heavens, the humans sprang into action. They utilized every resource at their disposal, crafting weapons and defenses from the land around them. With each passing moment, the colony transformed from a peaceful settlement into a fortress brimming with determination. The first volley from the Threk warships tore through the atmosphere, raining down destruction. But instead of breaking under the pressure, the colonists stood firm. Alara led the charge, rallying her forces with every ounce of strength she could muster. We fight not just for ourselves, but for every moment of joy we've known. We will show them what it means to endure. As the ground shook with explosions and the air filled with the acrid scent of smoke, the humans fought back with an unyielding spirit. They were outgunned and outmatched, but they moved with an instinct honed by survival. For every soldier lost, two more would rise, refusing to let despair take hold. In the heat of battle, Alara saw the essence of humanity reflected in the faces of her people. It was a mix of fear, anger, and a fierce determination to protect what they loved. They fought with everything they had, not because they believed they could win, but because they believed they had to. Their brevity was their strength. They knew that life was precious, and they were unwilling to surrender it without a fight. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow over the battlefield, the tide of battle began to shift. The Threk had underestimated the resolve of humanity, and the colonists exploited their every weakness. The Threk forces, once confident in their superiority, began to falter, and with that faltering came desperation. Push forward, Alara shouted, her voice a rallying cry that echoed across the battlefield. Let them know we will not be cowed. Let them know we are human. With renewed vigor, the humans surged forward, their bravery igniting a fire that spread like wildfire. They fought not just for the colony, but for the legacy of every human who had ever faced impossible odds. They embodied the belief that brevity was not a limitation but a call to live fully, fiercely, and unapologetically. As the last of the Threk retreated, the humans stood amidst the ruins, battered but unbroken. They had endured. They had fought not just for survival, but for the very essence of what it meant to be human. In their hearts, they carried the stories of their ancestors, the lessons learned through struggle, and the unwavering belief that even in a vast universe, they would always find a way to stand tall. And as word of their victory spread across the stars, the Galactic Council could no longer dismiss humanity as merely a fleeting species. They were a force of nature, a testament to resilience, and the embodiment of the spirit that thrived in the face of adversity. In the aftermath of the battle on Solara, the galaxy was abuzz with news of the humans' unexpected victory over the Threk. Councillor Zephyr had been proven right. Humanity's brevity was indeed their strength, and their fierce spirit had ignited a spark across the coalition. High Councillor Tivar, who had once viewed humanity as a fleeting annoyance, began to reconsider his stance. Perhaps we underestimated their resolve, he admitted during the next council meeting, his voice low and contemplative. But what does this mean for the future? As the representatives debated the implications, Alara Hayes was already leading a delegation to the Galactic Council, determined to establish a presence for humanity in the broader cosmic community. Her journey through the stars was a testament to the unyielding spirit of her people. Upon arriving at the Council's grand chamber, Alara stood before the assembly of alien species, her heart racing with both excitement and trepidation. The room was a kaleidoscope of colors and forms, with each representative reflecting the culture and history of their people. Yet, amidst the diversity, she sensed an underlying tension and uncertainty about humanity's place among them. Esteemed councillors, she began, her voice steady, we stand before you not just as a colony or a singular world, but as a united species that has faced extinction and emerged stronger. We have fought for our survival, and we seek to contribute to the future of the coalition, not just as soldiers, but as allies. The council chamber erupted into murmurs. T4 leaned forward, intrigued. And what do you propose, General Hayes? How can a species, so short-lived and seemingly volatile, prove its worth? Alara met his gaze, unwavering. We are defined not by our lifespans, but by our choices. We choose to endure, to innovate, and to stand against tyranny. We will share our technology, our knowledge, and our willingness to learn from others. Together, we can build a future where all species thrive. The council deliberated, voices clashing as they weighed the implications of embracing humanity. Some argued for caution, recalling the chaos that often followed human intervention, while others recognized the potential for growth and collaboration. The debate raged on, but Alara remained resolute, knowing that her people's very existence hung in the balance. As the discussions continued, news reached the council of a new threat rising in the void, an ancient, malevolent force known as the Kurath, who had begun to awaken from centuries of slumber. Their return was marked by the devastation of nearby systems, leaving destruction in their wake. The galaxy needed allies, and the timing could not have been more critical. Alara seized the opportunity. We have faced our own darkness. We have learned how to fight not just with weapons, but with hope and determination. We stand ready to face the Kurath alongside you. Let our victory on Solara be a symbol of what we can achieve together. Slowly, the council began to shift. Councillor Zephyr spoke up, his serpentine form shimmering under the chamber lights. Perhaps it is time to see humanity not as a fleeting phenomenon, but as an ally with unique strengths. They have proven their mettle. Let us accept their offer and unite against this common threat. The decision was made. The Galactic Coalition would officially recognize humanity as an ally, and together, they would prepare for the impending storm. Alara's heart swelled with pride as she realized the weight of this moment. It marked the beginning of a new era, not just for humanity, but for the entire galaxy. As preparations began, humans worked alongside other species, sharing their technology and forging alliances. The coalition's forces trained together, blending their tactics and experiences to create a formidable defense against the Kurath. Alara found herself in the company of the Nixori and Kefori, learning from their unique perspectives, while also imparting the tenacity that defined humanity. In the crucible of collaboration, a new understanding emerged, each species contributing their strengths to forge a united front. As the Kurath descended upon the coalition, the combined forces stood ready. The battle raged across the stars, a cataclysm of light and shadow. The humans fought with a passion that inspired their allies, drawing upon their shared resolve to push back against the encroaching darkness. When the dust settled, and the last echoes of conflict faded, it was clear that humanity had earned its place among the stars. They were no longer seen as a fleeting species. They had become a vital part of the coalition, a beacon of hope in a universe often overshadowed by despair. Standing amid the wreckage of the battlefield, Alara looked up at the stars, a smile breaking across her face. Humanity had not only endured, they had thrived, and in doing so, they had forged a legacy that would echo through the ages, a testament to the power of hope, unity, and the unwavering spirit of a species that refused to be defined by its brevity. The aftermath of the Kurath battle had solidified humanity's place in the Galactic Coalition, but the victory came at a cost. As the remnant of the Kurath forces retreated, the coalition leaders convened once more to discuss the way forward. The council chamber was charged with a mix of relief and apprehension, a reflection of the uncertainty that lay ahead. General Alara Hayes, now a prominent figure in the coalition, stood before her fellow leaders. Her uniform bore the insignia of the United Earth Fleet, a symbol of unity among the diverse species gathered. We have faced a great darkness together, she began, her voice steady and clear, but we must recognize that the Kurath are not defeated, they are merely regrouping. We need to strengthen our alliances and prepare for what's to come. Councillor Tivar nodded, his ancient eyes focused intently on Alara. Your experience in the recent conflict is invaluable. What strategies do you propose to fortify our defenses? Alara took a deep breath, recalling the ingenuity and determination of our people. We must form joint task forces, mixed teams from each species to ensure adaptability. The Karath will exploit our weaknesses. We need to anticipate their moves. Moreover, we should harness our differences to innovate new tactics. The power of diversity lies in its ability to create unexpected solutions. As discussions progressed, it became clear that the coalition was ready to invest in humanity's strengths. Scientists from across the galaxy began to collaborate, pooling the resources to develop advanced technology that combined human creativity with alien sophistication. New energy shields, faster starships, and bioengineered defenses began to emerge from the collective effort, and Alara felt a surge of hope for the future. Months passed, and humanity's technological advancements sparked a renaissance within the coalition. Alara traveled from world to world, sharing knowledge and rallying support. Each time she returned to Earth, she was met with an outpouring of pride from her people, who now felt a renewed sense of purpose in their role within the galaxy. Yet, despite the optimism, shadows loomed. The Karath were not idle. They were plotting their return. Reports from scouting missions revealed that they had begun to rally their forces, amassing weapons and breeding monstrous warships within the depths of their hidden strongholds. A sense of urgency gripped the coalition as the threat grew closer. Alara was summoned to a strategy meeting where they would outline their response. Representatives from the Kefari, Nixari, and other allied species gathered, their faces reflecting a mix of concern and determination. As the discussion unfolded, it became evident that the coalition's unity was fragile. There were disagreements about the best course of action. Some advocated for a preemptive strike against the Karath stronghold, while others urged caution, fearing that such a move could trigger a full-scale war. "We cannot act hastily," warned Councillor Zephyr, his voice hissing through the air. "We need intelligence on their movements. A direct assault could cost us dearly." But Alara countered, her heart racing with urgency. "Every moment we hesitate, they grow stronger. We've seen what they can do. If we don't strike first, they'll come for us when we least expect it. We must show them we will not be intimidated." The tension in the room thickened as the council weighed their options. Alara felt the weight of responsibility on her shoulders. The fate of countless lives hung in the balance. "We must come together as one," she implored. "If we act as separate factions, we'll only feed into the Karath's strategy. Unity is our greatest weapon." The discussions continued long into the night, and eventually, a consensus emerged. The coalition would send a small, elite task force to gather intelligence on the Karath. If the situation warranted, they would prepare for a coordinated assault. As Alara prepared for the mission, she felt a familiar surge of adrenaline. She knew the risks, but her resolve only grew stronger. With a team comprising the best soldiers from various species, she felt a sense of camaraderie that transcended their differences. Together, they represented the united front of the coalition. The ship set course for the Karath stronghold, a vast fortress orbiting a desolate planet. As they approached, Alara could feel the tension in the air. Every crew member was acutely aware of the dangers that lay ahead. They moved in silence, their breaths steady, each heartbeat a reminder of the stakes. The mission commenced under the cover of darkness, the task force infiltrating the fortress with a mix of stealth and precision. They gathered crucial intelligence, discovering not just the Karath's plans, but also the depths of their depravity. The Karath were breeding horrific creatures, monstrosities designed to unleash chaos upon the coalition. Alara's team fought fiercely, each encounter a testament to their training and unity. As they gathered data, they also sabotaged Karath equipment, sowing discord within the enemy ranks. With every strike, the humans' ingenuity shone through, illustrating the unique strength that lay in their brief existence. In a climactic confrontation, Alara faced a Karath warlord, a creature of terrifying power and malevolence. As they clashed, she realized the truth of her people's resilience. It was not merely the will to survive, but the unwavering belief that they could make a difference. With a final, decisive blow, Alara defeated the warlord, but the battle was far from over. They had acquired vital information, but the Karath were aware of their presence. As the team made their escape, alarms blared throughout the fortress. signaling a rapid response from the enemy. They raced back to their ship, adrenaline coursing through their veins. With a fierce determination, Alara and her team managed to escape. Just as Karath forces swarmed the area, the ship blasted away from the fortress, and the crew erupted in cheers, the thrill of victory coursing through them. Back at the coalition headquarters, Alara presented their findings, the data revealing the Karath's next moves and their dark intentions. The gathered leaders recognized the urgency of the situation and agreed that a coordinated offensive was necessary. In the days that followed, humanity's spirit infused the coalition with renewed strength. They had faced the Karath head-on and returned not just alive but emboldened. As the preparations for the impending battle began, Alara knew that together they could confront any darkness that threatened their existence. And in that unity, humanity found its place among the stars not merely as a fleeting species, but as a beacon of hope, resilience, and unwavering resolve. They had become more than survivors. They were warriors fighting for a future where all could thrive in the vast tapestry of the galaxy.